Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. We are now in the full swing of summer, where many different arts and entertainment events are going on. However, with the economy, Berkshire residents may be looking for something that won't take a lot out of their wallet. On this episode, I'll be talking about the many different free events going on in Berkshire County, plus the latest summer concerts of 2022 and more. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's trivia question is, when was Tanglewood in Lenox founded? Now, for this episode's local headlines. As said earlier, summer is in full swing, and now is an excellent time to explore many of the free events in Berkshire County, especially with the economic crunch. Some of these places include art exhibits, such as Ozzy's Glass Gallery, which is located in Lee. This was opened in 2015 and contains over 100 pieces of glass art. Other art galleries that can be visited for free include the Sance Galleries of Contemporary Glass, which is located in Stockbridge and was previously mentioned on a WWHEN episode. Rome, an Xtina Parks Gallery in North Adams. According to their website, quote, our three synergistic branches, the Gallery, Xtina Studios, and Xtina Photography, all focus energy towards sharing the stories of Africa's land, her peoples, and her wildlife, and how we can get involved. We are driven to share the adventure of conservation, for humanitarian efforts, and for the natural world, end quote. And the American Craftsman Galleries in Lenox, which is part of a nationwide touring exhibit, all of which offer great artwork to see at no price. For those of you interested in nature trails, you can also visit the rail trails in Berkshire County. The most famous one is the Ash-U-Wilticook Rail Trail. This one runs through the New Beginning Trail in the Pittsfield-Allendale Shopping Center, Lanesboro, Cheshire, Adams, and North Adams. According to mass.gov, quote, the word is from the Native American name for the south branch of the Hoosic River and literally means at the in-between Pleasant River, or in common tongue, the Pleasant River in between the hills, end quote. There is also the chance to visit the Canoe Meadows Wildlife in Pittsfield. Located just 1 mile from the center of Pittsfield, Canoe Meadows brings wilderness to Berkshire County's largest city. attracting warblers, turtles, ospreys, otters, and the occasional bear at different times of the year. Gentle flat trails wind through the sanctuary's scenic woods, fields, and wetlands, and along the edge of the Housatonic River. There are two major free events going on in Pittsfield. The first is Live at the Lake. Their last two shows will be on August 17th, Critical Mass, and closing out the season will be Generation X Rock on August 24th. Third Thursday in August will take place on August 18th. The theme in August will be Love Pittsfield, showcasing cultural organizations sponsored by Guardian Life Insurance, Company of America. Finally, Shakespeare in the Park in Pittsfield will be returning after a 2-year absence. Shakespeare in the Park originally started in 2014 with the production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Pittsfield Shakespeare in the Park is committed to keeping the thrill of theater alive with the artists and audience members who live in the Berkshires by presenting free outdoor Shakespeare that brings together the community of artists, designers, technicians, and play attendees. This year's show is a comedy of errors, featuring not one but two sets of twins. Shakespeare's zany comedy of errors is a raucous, farcical, mixed-up romp, featuring slapstick comedy, puns, and wordplay galore. This will be a treat for the whole family. The show takes place from Thursday, August 11th through Sunday, August 28th on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. It will be run at the First Street Common Park, weather permitting. During intermission, a hat may be passed around for donations. All shows begin at 7 p.m. If you are curious about any more of the free events, visit the place's individual websites. Mass Mocha in North Adams is offering a new concert in August. Composer and trumpeter Terrence Blanchard will be performing. According to Mass Mocha's website, quote, two-time Oscar nominee and 6-time Grammy winner, trumpeter-composer Terrence Blanchard has been a consistent artistic force, making powerful musical statements concerning pivotal moments in American culture, past and present. Blanchard is celebrated not only for his albums and live performances, but also for creating strong backdrops to human stories. From his expansive scores for Spike Lee films, such as his Oscar-nominated Black Klansman 2018 score, to his opera Fire Shut Up in My Bones, which became the first opera by an African-American composer to premiere at the Metropolitan Opera in New York City, end quote. Terrence Blanchard will be playing on August 26th at 8 p.m. It will take place at the Hunter Center. Masks and proof of vaccination for the COVID are required. Visit massmocha.org to purchase tickets. Our next stop is in Pittsfield to Barrington Stage Company for 2 of their last shows of the season. These also mark the final shows of Artistic Director Julianne Boyd's time at Barrington Stage Company. The first show is A Little Night Music. This classic show by Stephen Sondheim is a tangle of love affairs leading to a magical weekend in the country. It's based off a famous Swedish movie, Smiles in a Summer Night, and is one of the most popular musicals that Sondheim produced. The musical direction will be led by Darren R. Cohen. The choreographer will be Robert LaFosse, and Julianne Boyd will be directing her final show at Barrington Stage Company. A Little Night Music will be playing from now until August 28th. There will be a lobby chat on August 14th and a Berkshire Residence Night on August 17th, where tickets will be 25% off for all Berkshire residents. Masks and proof of vaccine are required for all events. The second show going on is Waiting for Godot. In this iconic absurdist play, characters Vladimir and Estragon wait on a deserted road to meet a person named Godot. Killing time with hat tricks and half-remembered stories, they dawdle through one of the greatest dramas of the 20th century. In Samuel Beckett's absurdist anarchic world, life is vaudeville and tragedy, comedy and confusion, all seamlessly woven together with the playwright's masterful blend of poetry and humor. The New York Times has called this show one of the true masterpieces in all of theater. Barrington Stage Company's version will be directed by Joe Calarocco. Waiting for Godot will take place from August 19th through September 4th. Like A Little Night Music, there will be a lobby chat, theirs will be on August 28th, and a Berkshire Residence Night, there will be on August 31st. As usual, please note that masks and proof of vaccine are required. There is a new executive director at the Berkshire Museum. Kimberly Bush Tomio comes from the Asian Art Museum in San Francisco, where she was the director of museum services for the past decade. Under her watch, the museum won several national Museum of the Year awards and grew to expand to over 9,000 square feet. Prior to that, she spent 12 years as director of the Tyler, Texas Museum of Art, where she was responsible for all aspects of administration, programming, and operations. Her appointment comes nearly a year after Jeff Rogers suddenly left the position, forcing a nationwide search for his replacement. In an interview with iBerkshires.com, museum president Ethan Kepler said, quote, "Kim brings an amazing amount of experience, talent, and passion to the museum, and an additional perspective to the role of executive director. It's clear from her past work and from getting to know her during the search process that she is an extremely talented and hard-working museum professional. She is a proven leader who will continue to create exciting exhibitions and inclusive programs that welcome all audiences. We are fortunate to have her as the next executive director of the Berkshire Museum." and the board can't wait to start working with her, end quote. In a separate release, Bustomio said, quote, I am honored to have been selected to lead one of the most remarkable museums of its kind in the country. I look forward to working in collaboration with the staff and board to meet the expectations of community in building upon its legacy of transformational, educational, and cultural experiences, and anticipate with excitement what the future may bring, end quote. Bustomio joins the Berkshire Museum team at the end of August. WWHEN congratulates Bustomio and wishes her the best of luck as the new executive director at the Berkshire Museum. Are you into literature, books, and social justice? A new 3-day festival hosted by the Authors Guild Foundation will be held on the campus of Shakespeare and Company in Lenox. The Words, Ideas, and Thinkers Festival, aka WIT Festival, will bring together authors, scientists, activists, academics, book lovers, and anyone interested in stimulating discourse, new ideas, and exploring potential solutions to challenging contemporary problems. The inaugural festival's conversations, panels, and lectures will revolve around the theme of reimagining America and the many ways we conceive and experience the United States. Topics will include social justice, climate change, identity, reimagining history, how the arts accelerate social movements, and more. Some of the authors who have been confirmed include Dan Brown, Linda Greenhouse, Elizabeth Colbert, David Blight, Geraldine Brooks, Jane Smiley, Henry Louis Gates Jr., and Susan Choi, among many others. The WIT Festival will be going on from September 22nd through September 25th. Registration for this event is required due to limited seating and high demand because of the speakers. Visit authorsguild.org to register for the festival, as well as to become a member, which will guarantee early registration for the event. Festival attendees will have the opportunity to interact with speakers in Q&A sessions, book signings, and receptions. As Tanglewood in Lenox is in full bloom, some late summer concerts are excellent for all types of music lovers. One of the concerts going on will be Michael Tilson Thomas. He is a conductor, pianist, artistic director of the New World Symphony, and multi-award-winning Grammy musician. His biggest honor was given in 2019 when he was awarded Kennedy Center honors. Thomas will lead the Boston Symphony Orchestra in Tanglewood's season-ending performance of Ludwig van Beethoven's intensely expressive, innovative, but ultimately uplifting Symphony No. 9. The concert will take place on August 28th at 2:30 p.m. Masks are required, as is proof of COVID vaccine. Visit bso.org to purchase tickets, which are still available but are all extremely limited. The other major concert going on will be that of award-winning musician Brandi Carlile. Brandi Carlile is one of the biggest names in music today. She defines her music as multi-genre. Pop, rock, alternative, country, and folk are just a few of the influences in her work. Carlisle has won 6 Grammy Awards, and at the most recent ceremony was the first female songwriter to receive 2 Grammy nominations for Song of the Year. The nominated songs were Right on Time and A Beautiful Noise, which she performed with R&B legend Alicia Keys. Last year, her autobiography, Broken Horses, a memoir, debuted at number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Brandi Carlile will be performing on August 30th at 7 p.m. with special guest Indigo Girls. She was originally scheduled to perform last year, but that was canceled because of the COVID pandemic. Ticket holders to the original concert will have the option of Barrington State's Tanglewood honoring the current ticket for the postponed date. If you are unable to attend this new date, please contact the ticketing office at 1-617-266-12100 or tickets at bso.org to receive a refund. Tanglewood also leads us to the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, the episode's question was, when was Tanglewood in Lenox founded? The answer is 1934. The history of Tanglewood begins with a series of concerts that were held on August 23rd, 25th, and 26th at the Interlaken estate of Daniel Hanna, which was about a mile from today's festival site. A few months earlier, composer and conductor Henry Kimball Hadley had scouted the Berkshires for a site and support for his dream of establishing a seasonal classical music festival. He found an enthusiastic and capable patron in Gertrude Robinson Smith. Within a few months, they had organized a series of concerts featuring the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, where Hadley had once been the associate conductor. Staged in an amphitheater built on the estate's show horse ring, the first concert was attended by Sarah Delano Roosevelt, the then president's mother. Heartened by the success of this effort, Robinson and Hadley organized another well-received series of concerts in Interlaken the following summer. It's now time for this episode's movie portion, or in this case, television portion of WWHEN. WWHEN has talked about a lot of great movies in the past, but now it's time for an underrated TV show that's currently on AMC. Dark Winds. The series follows 2 Navajo police officers, Joe Leaphorn and Jim Chi, in the 1970s Southwest. The first season discusses how the officers stumble upon a bank robbery gone wrong, and how that crime has connections to a tragedy in Joe Leaphorn's life, as well as his town. The show is very mysterious, and I can't dive too deep into it without spoilers. So why do I love this show? It's a very fascinating show, one that keeps you interested throughout. In particular, I also love the performance of Zan McClarnon as head police officer Joe Leaphorn, the hero of our story. Unlike a lot of television dramas today, which tend to make its leads anti-heroes, Joe Leaphorn is one of the best cops on TV. He's clearly a good cop, who tries to understand the crimes going on. The show also brings some much-needed Native American mysticism into it, a world which not a lot of people are familiar with. The show is currently on AMC On Demand, as well as AMC Plus, the channel's streaming services. There are only 6 episodes, so it makes for a quick binge. And the show was recently renewed for a 2nd season. That ends this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's websites shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you.